Perfect. So this event will be recorded for all of you, so you can see the recap afterwards. And if you could not attend today the event, don't worry, we will send per email. We will really gladly ask you to turn on your camera if possible, because we would like to see your beautiful faces. So that will be incredible if you can support us with that. Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Daniel. And we really would love to see you. Also, probably Daniel will remember you afterwards when you are coming to the Fachhochschule. If you applied for one of the masters, then you can say hello when you are coming to Austria. So thank you so much. And this will be a little bit interactive, this event. So before starting, before giving the microphone to Dana, I would love that you text in the chat from where are you from and which master you are interested or which master program are you interested. So that will be amazing if you can let us know. So let's see. And until they're typing, okay, we can read. My brother lives in Austria too. Oh, she says it's super cold right now.
That's
Yes,
true.
exactly. Where exactly is your brother, Marie? And the smiley. Okay. Perfect. And until we are reading all the Mexico Marketing and Sales Bachelor, perfect. Well, very good. He lives in Vienna, works at Henkel. Okay, perfect, perfect. And please let us know from where you're from. So we will read it afterwards. And now I will give the microphone to Dana. So thank you so much for your time, for being here for the community of LeonTalents, and for giving us this opportunity for all the professionals from Latin America. So I will love that you introduce yourself, Dana, and then I give you the microphone.
Okay, so thank you also for my side for joining this webinar today. And also thank you to Anna Karen from LeonTalents for organizing everything so perfectly. I will start sharing my screen. It works. Okay, like this. So this should work now. Okay, so this is me. My name is Dana, and I work at Carinthia University of Applied Sciences, which I will introduce to you today. And I am responsible for international student recruitment, but I also work as a study consultant, which means when I go to fairs, for example, or when I do webinars, I try to consult interested students like you are and try to answer their questions and also help them find the right program. And yeah, so at first, if I can already start, or Anna, do you want to join, add anything at this point, or?
No, I guess I will give you a small introduction, so how it will be.
Okay.
So then I will give us a very short introduction about the Fachhochschule, the program. So please put that a lot of attention because this is super interesting, everything that she will say. Afterwards, I will present a little bit how we will support you in LeonTalents, and we will let a little bit of a space for questions. Dana has time until 8 p.m. That's why we are being very punctual today. So usually for Latin America, we are giving like 10 minutes time, so they're joining everybody. But we will keep the Austrian punctuality. So we
Actually,
will.
I'm not that punctual.
Perfect.
I usually
But
would prefer the Latin American way, but in Austria.
I know. Perfect. But yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. So this will be a little bit the structure of the webinar of today. If you have a question in the meantime, please type it. I will collect all of the questions and to not interrupt Dana, and then we will answer the questions, okay? So that will be, please take this opportunity to ask her everything that you want to know, either to Dana or to me. And then I will tell you afterwards that I was also studying in the Fachhochschule, so I can tell you also how it was the application process, also the experience working there, studying there, and also what happened afterwards to go to the labor market. So that is super interesting as well. So please type all your questions there in the chat. Okay, so now the floor is yours, Dana.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, at first, you probably already know Austria, but for those of you who don't know so much about Austria, I just want to give you a brief introduction what you can expect. So Austria is, yeah, we say it's in the heart of Europe. I've marked it here in red, and today we're talking about a region which is called Carinthia. That's also where the name of our university comes from. And the region is in the very south of Carinthia. As you can see here on this map, it's about here, and we border with Italy and with Slovenia. So our capital city, Vienna, is about now 3.5 hours away by train. And you can go to Venice. You probably also know Venice in Italy. This is only 2.5 hours away by train. So Venice is even nearer than Vienna, actually, from where we are based. Austria is a very small country with about 9 million inhabitants. Vienna is the capital city with 2 million people, so quite like the majority of the people that live in cities live in Vienna. We in Carinthia have smaller cities that I will show you afterwards, and the language spoken here is German. We also have some minority language, but in general, the official language is German. And of course, especially the younger generation, they all speak English, but German is also, like in a professional context, still very, very important. And just to give you an outlook, what you could expect when you work here in Austria after your studies. So I got this data from our Statistics Institute, from the government, and they say after a bachelor's degree program, you would earn around 35,000 euros gross per year. If you do a master's degree here, you of course you earn more, and it's about 59,000 euros per year, 3 years after the graduation. And I think these are very realistic numbers. So just for an orientation, what you can expect here. Then a little bit more about Carinthia. So here you see it better, where in Austria it's located. It's marked with the red dots. And there are already some city names written here. These are the city names where our campuses are located. I will go more into detail. And Carinthia is a little bit smaller, so we have about 570,000 people living here. And we are very much known, so the region is known for its lakes, as you can see here in my background. And as Anna already said, this is one of the most famous lakes in Austria. And we also have mountains and charming small towns. So we don't have these big cities like Vienna. Everybody knows Vienna, but we have smaller ones. So our capital is Klagenfurt with a little bit more than 100,000 inhabitants. Small, but there is still a lot going on, as we also have a lot of tourism. We have a lot of events. We have several universities. So there is some students' life, and so yeah, I think it might be calm in some parts of Latin America, but it's definitely, yeah, a nice place to live in. And just to show you some pictures of what it looks like, right now we have winter, and everybody in Austria enjoys skiing. Not everybody, but the majority of people enjoy skiing, being in the mountains. They go ice skating now on the lakes, especially when it's so cold. Then we go ice skating. And in summer, you can swim in the lakes, you can do water sports. And what's important is our lakes have drinking water quality. So it's really safe to swim there. It's super nice. And some people really compare this to the Caribbean when it comes to the water color. And here you see one of our mountains, and this is a festival here that you see in the bottom right in the city of Villach, which is one of the biggest cultural festivals of Austria. So why would you like to choose Carinthia as like your base for studying or living? And I think there are some quite good reasons to choose this region. The first one is the high quality of life and safety. So we have a very good social system, and in general, it feels very safe to walk here. Even at night, as a woman, you can walk through the city. That's no problem. You will always feel safe. And everything is also super clean. So the cities are super clean when there is, for example, a festival and there is confetti or something. The next day, everything is clean again. And as you might have seen, we are here in the three border region, so it already is very international, as we have very much contact with Italians, Slovenians, so it's super intercultural. And we also have international students, we have international employees or expats living here and working for international companies. That's why the experience here is not just regional, but also international. And you've already seen some pictures. I think we have a very nice nature and the super landscape. So, and this really is part of our everyday life. So when you look outside the window, you will see mountains all the time. And we try to make most out of it because Austrians are very much keen on sports and their outdoor lifestyle. And yeah, when it comes to education, Austria is known for its high quality education. And as a University of Applied Sciences, which we are, we offer very practice-orientated education. That means you don't just learn from the books, it's not just theory, but we try to teach our students already what they need then afterwards in their job life, in their professional career, already during your studies.
May I probably add something in this point? I would love to add a lot of things, but yes, in this point, it's super important for you all. In Latin America, we have only universities, but in Austria, there are Fachhochschulen and universities. And this makes is a difference between the education system. So the Fachhochschulen are more practical oriented. That it means that in the reality, we working with professionals as you looking for jobs. It will be much easier to find a job with an education from the Fachhochschule instead of the university. No, so just to point out this.
Yeah. Because you already get those practical skills and not just learn the theory. Sorry, I skipped one slide because I have something left here, but I don't see it because I see you. Yeah, and you have excellent career prospects afterwards because, as Anna said, you already have the practical skills, and we also work together with international companies, and there are quite some of them in Carinthia. I just collected some examples of international companies that are located here, and they also offer jobs for internationals. So for all of those companies, the working language, for example, is English. So it's possible to find a job there when you don't know any German. Still, German is a big plus. So when you imagine you come here and then you also compete with the Austrians who apply for the same jobs. And German skills, of course, when you want to live in another country, are a big plus. Yes, and these are all quite big and global players. For example, Infineon, they're the biggest semiconductor producer in Austria, and they're also are active worldwide. Then Lam Research, they're actually a supplier to Infineon. Then we have some Carinthian enterprises who are international, like Bitmoving. They're for video streaming. Dynatrace is also something in the computers engineering bubble. Silicon Austria Labs also in the semiconductor industry. So there is a lot of engineering, and if you choose like a program, for example, that is about management or engineering, you have the best job chances here in Austria. So a little bit more about our university right now, Carinthia University of Applied Sciences. Short is CUAS. So as Anna has already pointed out, we are a University of Applied Sciences, which is the second type of universities in Austria. You have a lot of practical input there. You have internships. You work with professors that come from businesses or from organizations. We have smaller study groups, so it's not super anonymous. It's more like a school, but at an academic level. And maybe if you come from abroad into another country like Austria, it is kind of like a safer place because you're not so anonymous, and it might be the easier choice than the university where you're just a number. At the University of Applied Sciences, usually your professors know you and you can talk to them and they offer help. Our university is only 30 years old, so super young in comparison to old universities. We have about 3,500 students, but they come from 70 different nations. So when you come here, you can be sure that there are other people, other internationals, and you will get in touch with people from all over the world during your studies. We also have partner universities worldwide. So if you want to make a semester abroad, we offer a lot of opportunities and also scholarships. I already talked about the lecturers and the professors that come from businesses and they bring in their practical knowledge. We also have very modern facilities, which also include our labs. So as a student, you don't just sit in classrooms and read from slides as you do now, but you really go into the labs and you work on your projects. So you can also do with your hands and experience that. So it's, again, the practical part is super important. And right now we offer more than 50 different bachelor's and master degree programs. I'm going to talk about the programs later. Just very briefly, we have 5 different campuses that belong to our University of Applied Sciences. And depending what you study, you would be on one of these campuses. The most international and biggest one is this one, the first one in Villach, where we teach most of the management programs. Also, engineering is based here. If you are looking for something like IT, for example, medical engineering, this would be here on the third one in Klagenfurt, which is the bigger city. Here are again some pictures from Villach. This is the campus on here, the building. Then this is the city center with a river. And this here in the bottom right is the Infineon plant. So it's the biggest company, I think, in Carinthia. This is Klagenfurt, where you cannot mention Klagenfurt without mentioning the lake here. It's again the same lake as this one. We have 2 campuses here. This one is for IT and also for health sciences. And the second one is here also just for health sciences. And this is the city center. So as you can see, it's very, the city center of Klagenfurt is like a Baroque style. So super nice. And there are 2 other locations, Spital and Verkirchen. These are smaller and we just offer German programs there, so I won't focus too much on them. Now to the programs, we have 4 fields of competence: technology, management, health sciences, and social studies. And for today, I will just focus on the English taught programs that we offer. I will talk about both bachelor and master degree programs because I already saw in the chat that not everybody is interested just in masters. So we have most of our English taught programs in the field of technology, especially engineering. So we offer bachelor programs that last for 3 years and master programs that are for 2 years, and they come after the bachelor's. So in order for you to do a master's, you already need a bachelor's degree or something similar. In the bachelor's, we offer green transition engineering, which is basically a data science course and computer science, but applied to the environment. And so it's a combination of natural sciences and computer engineering. Then we have information technologies, which is computer science, but then you can focus on 3 different specializations. One is medical engineering. Then we will also offer multimedia technology, but this is only from 2027 on. and network engineering, which is the most classical one. And here you also deal with topics like cybersecurity, AI, cloud computing, so all these very relevant technologies. And then we have systems engineering, and this is also a very good program if you are interested in robotics. So they have a lot of physics and also automatization technology. So if you want to be a process engineer, for example, in a company, then this is the best program for you. Then in the masters, we offer even more in English. We have applied data science, but we also have civil engineering, for example. Then we have communication engineering, and these three, electrical energy and mobility systems, industrial power electronics, integrated systems and circuits design, are quite specialized programs, and they are designed for people who want to work in the semiconductor industry afterwards and for the applications. So we work together a lot with these big companies, and as they focus on that, we of course also offer these programs. But of course, you can also do other things and not just go into the semiconductor industry. We have also medical engineering and analytics. And this is actually the only master's degree program that you could also follow just online, but we also offer it on campus. And we have systems design, which is the master's consecutive to systems engineering. We have a very good offer for those of you who would like to do a technological master's degree program. We offer a scholarship for students from Europe, but also from Latin America and Mexico. And this is not only a financial help, but it's also a first step into the job market. And I think this is super interesting because in the first 2 semesters, you will get a scholarship of 700 euros per month for you, and then you can spend it on your rent, for example. And then in the 3rd and 4th semester, which I find even more important, is you have a guarantee to work with one of our partner companies, or you can work at a research project at the University of Applied Sciences. So as you can see, you get a monthly scholarship in the first year, and in the second year, you already have a step into the job market, which is very good for your career afterwards. Because most companies, once they already have you in the company and you do a good job, then you will be offered to stay there longer. And as I've already mentioned, German language knowledge is important. So we also offer language courses free of charge for our students. And all the programs that I showed to you before, so the master's programs, they are eligible for these scholarship. So if you are interested in one of these programs, you can apply online for these programs, and then you can also apply for this scholarship. So it's, of course, a performance-based scholarship. So in order to get that, you need to apply, you need to have good grades in your bachelor, and you also need to write a letter of motivation. So yeah, and you can apply until the middle of May for that. Yeah, there is the criteria. You also find it on our website. So yeah, but I've already talked about it. Now to the management programs. So we have 2 bachelor programs that are offered in English. One is digital marketing and sales, which is perfect if you want to work in online marketing, because you really get those skills that you need. I can talk from experience because I studied like general business administration at the regular university, and after that I went into digital marketing, and I had no clue. And when I took a look at this program, it didn't exist at the time I studied. It's a quite new program. And everything you find in the job description is actually taught there. So you do also graphic design, you do content strategy, for example, you do a search engine optimization, so performance marketing, and it really helps when you already have those skills. Intercultural management is like more general, I would say, and you focus more on the soft skills. So how to lead international teams, for example, because there are some cultural differences. For example, coming on time in Austria, it's super important. In other countries, it's not so important. So these are just the most known things, but there is even more. And you learn that, for example, in intercultural management. And you also have to learn a second language there, which could be either German or it could be Italian as well. And in the master's level, we have international business management. It's a general master's program in business management, but you can focus on different things. For example, you can focus more on HR and marketing, or you can focus more on financial things and accounting. So there is you can choose. And it is also very much about the personal skills and the intercultural skills, of course. Then in health sciences, you can see it already gets a little bit less. So we have medical engineering as a bachelor. It's still an engineering program. And then we have two master degree programs. One is also very technical, medical engineering and analytics. And one is more about the demographic change and how we can deal with it. Because in the future, we expect, of course, the people, especially in Europe, to get older and older. And we need some people to be able to work with technologies and models for that. And this is just the selection of the English taught programs. We offer even more. So if you already have German skills at the level B2, then you can also apply for other programs, like, for example, architecture or, for example, mechanical engineering, or we have business psychology, hotel management, we have healthcare and nursing. But for that, you would need a German knowledge. And the same applies for the master, where we also offer more than what I explained before. Okay, of course, we don't only offer you the study opportunity, but we also offer our students a little bit more. We want to help you get a step into the job market with our study and work program. So we have about 100 partner companies that we have a contract with, and we help you apply to those companies. So we have a platform where you can apply, and most of the programs are structured in a way that you actually have time to work beside your studies. So for example, for the management programs, especially in the bachelor's level, they always have 1 day free per week, so they can go to a company and work there. And the masters generally are really structured in a way that you have lectures mostly in the evening or in the afternoon, and during the day you can work. So it's an organizational and like a network help for you. And this is organized by our career service. So we have our own department that helps you with finding a job or an internship. And we also have a job fair. We have, like, you can send your CV and they're going to review it. And they do also consultations and career workshops. And we also have a sports club. So it's a little bit different than, for example, in the US, where you have university sports teams. We don't have that in Carinthia, but we have like a platform, a sports club where we share events, and you can join those events. For example, this week on Monday, we had our academic ski day, where we invited our students to come to ski with us. We also had a ski race. Or we also have some courses like yoga or paddle tennis. This is organized also by the university. We also have social events for our students. For example, we rent a bus and then we go and see together the advent path in the mountain. So there are quite some events. And we also have a student support center, which I personally think is very cool. So if you, for example, have struggle with exams, for example, if you have anxiety, then you can turn to them and they will give you tips how to handle it. Or also if you struggle with your thesis, or in general, if you think, okay, I now study this, but actually I think something else would be better for me, they also try to help you to find the best for you. We also have some institutions for young founders, so for entrepreneurs, like the Founders Garage or Smart Labs Carinthia, where you can work on your prototypes. And again, I don't see this because I see, oops. Yeah, and the exchange opportunities are already mentioned with the partner universities. Yeah, talking about fees, I think this is a very positive thing, and I think a USP for Austrian universities in general. We have a very, very low tuition fee. This is just due to the system in Austria because education is for free, or it's very, very affordable. And we charge a tuition fee of 500 euros per semester for non-EU residents. It's a little bit less for EU residents. So if you are going for a master's degree program, for example, you would pay only 2,000 euros for the whole program. And this is all of the tuition fee. So you still have a small fee for the students' union, who also organize, for example, events, or they are just representing you in front of the government. But in general, it's those 500 euros per semester, which is the tuition fee. However, you have to consider the cost of living here in Austria. So for accommodation, you can calculate 400 to 500 euros, depending where you live, in a dorm or in a shared apartment. And then food, you also have to calculate about 300 to 400 euros per month. And for other personal things, about 400. So in total, you can calculate your monthly living costs with 1,200 euros. This is what our government estimates. I know in Carinthia, for example, it's more affordable than, for example, in the capital region of Vienna, which is super expensive. So I think in Carinthia, you can also get along with 1,000 euros, so a little bit less than that. Still, it all depends on on your living lifestyle, and I always say it depends how often you go skiing, because if you could do skiing a lot, then you will have higher living costs. And yeah, and then the tuition fee and the student union fee, I already talked about it, but you also need to consider the Austrian health insurance. And maybe LeonTalents can help you with that as well. For the accommodation, I don't want to go too much into detail, but a very important thing is that in Austria, we don't have this tradition like in the US, where we have dorms on campus and we assign those rooms to our students. This is unfortunately not the case here because we cannot afford it with this tuition fee of 500 euros per semester, but you have to look for your apartment yourself. However, we offer support, we have lists of landlords, and we also have dorms, but still you need to apply for those dorms yourself. It's also super common to share an apartment with other students. So most of the students, they come here in the first semester, they are in the dorm, and then they get to know people they would want to live with, and then they share an apartment, which is, I think, the most economic and also the most popular way of living for students, and also for young professionals. Here is one of our lecture halls, so it's quite personal, very small. And just very briefly about the application process, I think it's very cool that you can do your whole application online. You can apply until the 15th of May, and you can just upload all the documents that you need there. The documents, you can find them on the website, but I will also show you afterwards. What's important is we have limited study places, so unfortunately, we cannot accept everybody, but you need to apply, like if you apply for a job. And in most of the cases, we only have an admission interview, and you can also do the admission interview online. And it's not a test, so it's nothing to be afraid of, but it's more like a talk. It's a getting to know each other. Maybe Anna can share her experiences. Then you will know if you're accepted, and you get a study place confirmation. You sign a learning agreement, and with that you can already apply for the visa. And then you do the actual enrollment here on campus only when you come to Austria. So then at the beginning of the program, which is always in autumn. So in general, what do you need in order to apply? For a bachelor's degree program, you need to have a school leaving certificate, so like a high school diploma. In Austria, that's called Matura, and you need to have something which is equivalent. So in general, I don't know about all the countries in Latin America. We need 12 years of schooling. And then we also take a look at the subjects you took. And just the subjects you took, they need to be the two languages, mathematics, one subject in natural sciences, one subject in humanities, and one elective subject. That's just important because it's the general education. Or maybe you already have an IB diploma or a bachelor's degree, then you can also apply. What's important is also that you have a language certificate, and we accept like the most common ones like IELTS or TOEFL or Cambridge certificate. If you apply for a German program, then you also need to prove your German skills. Exactly. And on the website, you can find all the documents that you need again. And just to warn you, you also need to legalize your documents. So the school leaving certificate, for example, it needs to have this apostille, and it needs to be in English or German. And then for the master's, you need a bachelor's degree program or something similar, which needs to be at least 3 years. And the master has to be consecutive. So, for example, if you want to study international business management, you need to have a bachelor's degree program or a similar program in the same field. So, for example, if you studied, I don't know, medicine or maybe languages, it wouldn't be enough to apply for a business program. This is just a legal regulation that we have to respect. And the same applies, for example, for our engineering programs. So without any engineering knowledge and without any programming knowledge, it would be hard to follow one of our master's programs. For the bachelor's, of course, it's different. There we start at the beginning. Yeah, the same again on the website. You find it more in detail because it's different from the degree program to degree program. And also here, the documents need to be legalized. Yeah, so that was it from my side right now. I'm looking forward if you have any questions, and we would love if you stayed in touch with us. So we are on all social media platforms like Instagram. We're also on TikTok, of course, also on Facebook. It's not super relevant here in Austria anymore. I don't know about Latin America. And yeah, you also find very nice YouTube videos where also our students speak on YouTube, and our website is www.qs.at. And if you have any further questions about requirements, about documents, for example, about the programs themselves, you can always choose this first email address, info@qs.at. I will write it into the chat afterwards as well. You can just write "Hey Dana," so my name, and then I will respond to you. So thank you from my side. I now didn't check the chat.
Thank you so much, Dana.
Thank you.
We have a lot of comments. So we have potential students from the CUAS, from Mexico, Ecuador, Mexico again, Chile, Argentina, Mexico, Ecuador, Argentina again, and so on. So thank you so much for all your comments, guys. So if you want the others to turn on your camera, it will be amazing, so then I can give a look and so on. And into you also, probably you can say hello when you're accepted. And we have 2 questions. The first one is from Marie Jimenez. She said, I already have a marketing degree from Spain University. Is there some benefits when accessing a master degree if we have a European Union bachelor?
Well, definitely. I think it's just easier because it's more comparable. When it comes to the master's degree programs, our admission officers, they check the degree programs or the transcript of records, them so in detail, so personally, so we cannot make like, I cannot say yes or no right now because they are the ones to check. But in general, like bachelor's degree programs are structured very similarly throughout Europe. So I think it's definitely easier if you have a European certificate already because it's all standardized. There has been a Bologna process, so the European study programs are structured very similarly. That's why it's easier to access further programs in Austria, for example. Oh no, I don't hear you anymore. You're muted.
Sorry. And we have a second one, is from 5D3.
Yeah, you have an Austrian Argentinian nationality.
Exactly. I have double nationality, Austrian Argentinian. In my case, is eligible. I've already got a bachelor in industrial engineering from Argentina.
Well, that all sounds very good. So if you have an Austrian nationality already, so it's easier. It's easier. You pay a little bit less tuition fee. So you you get the tuition fee for EU citizens, which is 363 euros per semester, so a little bit less. And industrial engineering, I don't know what masters you're interested in, but it sounds very good if you already have engineering knowledge, and it's definitely, I think, possible then if you have an engineering bachelor. If you want to choose another engineering master's, if you want to go for business management, then it's not possible.
Perfect, thank you. And we have a next question from Dana. I saw that you accept Cambridge certificates. Mine is a C1 that I got in 2016. Will it be acceptable as well?
Dana, nice to know. My name is also pronounced Dana in America, so maybe it's the same. And so C1 in general is super, but it's a little bit too old. So it's 10 years right now, but we need a certificate which is a maximum of 2 years old. I'm sorry, so you would have to retake it, the exam again.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So you can let us know all your questions if you still have some questions. We have still here having Dana. So now I will go through how we, LeonTalents, we will support you. So if you want to do the process with us as well. So just give me, I will go very short because Dana already presented everything about the university. And then I will share my screen. Perfect. So I hope that you can see it properly. So as you know, I guess, let me know if you know LeonTalents already. And if you are already in the WhatsApp community, also let me know. And you can make like a thumb like that. If you have a reaction like that, you can react like that. That will help me a lot. Perfect. And we are supporting professionals from Latin America to find a job in Austria and Germany in the IT and engineering sector. But right now we are also supporting the university, Carinthia University of Applied Science, to find also some professionals who wants to study a master or bachelor degree. This is our team. As you can see, we are very international. So I'm from Mexico and my other colleagues are from Austria. I'm right now working in a digital solution, an innovative digital solution for the companies and for the professionals from Latin America. And our proposal basically is to support you in the whole way because, as Dana already mentioned, coming to Austria as professional, you need to go through a lot of process of with the university, with the residence, with the visa, with a lot of things. So in LeonTalents, we are developing this digital solution that will support you in the whole process in an easiest way. So basically that. Another day I can let you know more about LeonTalents, but I want to show you some photos of myself. So I also studied in the Carinthia University of Applied Science, and this photo is actually my first day in the university, as you can see. And this one with the Mexican flag is me. And it was super amazing because I went through the whole process as well. And it was an incredible day because I could get to know for the first time really this internationality, you know, like one thing is really to hear, okay, 70 different countries, no? But once you're experiencing one room, is the experience completely different to hearing different accents and so on. And I was feeling really very proud in that moment representing Latin America. I guess we were only 2 Mexicans, and I guess we didn't have any other colleague from Latin America at that time. No? So this is also a photo from me from the Fachhochschule some months ago. So it was really very incredible. But afterwards, studying in the Fachhochschule gave me a lot of opportunities. So I have been here in Austria at around 10 years. And I want to show you that it's not only a study a master degree, but also could be your first step to Europe. You know, coming here to study, it can really, for me, it was a dream. I wanted to come here to study and to work as a professional in my field. And the Fachhochschule and all the institutions and all the infrastructure that Carinthia actually has, it can really support me to bring this dream into a reality. So as you can see here, I was working as a geoinformatics. So this is the master that I studied in the Fachhochschule. It was on that time this master degree. Right now it's different. So even that I was being recorded in Carinthia, they wanted to make like a video from professionals from outside of Europe working in the technical field, as you can see here. Then it was incredible because the lake that Dana was presenting, that is one of the most famous one, I was working actually there, collecting some technical information. So it was just an adventure. Afterwards, I moved into the field of supporting other professionals that they came to me to ask me to help you to find a master in Austria, Germany, or to find a job and so on. So in 2020, as probably you can see with the mask here in the face, I was welcoming some Mexicans with the Mexican flag here to some colleagues of you to make some practica, so some internship. Sorry, my German and English sometimes I'm mixing up. So actually it's incredible how actually this kind of jump is like, it can really change your life if you decided to and if you take the opportunity. And as you can see, after this year, actually, I was giving a talk from the to the Austrian government to recruiting professionals from Brazil and Mexico as well. No, so actually coming to this photo, this Karen from that time, no, from 10 years ago, probably could not imagine everything that just happening now, like working here, filming, being welcomed by Carinthia, welcome other professionals from Latin America, living my dream basically of working in the field that I wanted to work, and then supporting others and even representing the Latin America in Austria. So that was just amazing for me. And I just wanted to give you like an overview, like these are some photos, but also to show you concrete how it was for me. So studying the master in Carinthia University of Applied Science, it was in 2016, basically, I guess when I studied. And you can take also the opportunity of studying and working there, because I remember that a professor from the master gave me the opportunity actually to work in a project from the United Nations. So I was still being a student when I could apply for a small project. So, and this small project from the United Nations actually helped me a lot afterwards to find a job. So if you have the chance to apply for any program, or if you really talk very good with the professors, as Dana mentioned, that they are really very open, then this could be like your card or your next step to find a job, and then building your career step by step, no? Then super important also that I mentioned, but for me, I wanted to stay here in Austria and to continue building my international career. That's why I decided to learn German afterwards. And this was also like a change in my professional path, because there are international jobs, of course, but learning German gives you even more, opens you more opportunities to find other kind of jobs as well. That's why I took that time also for me, I invest for myself. Then I was having an internship in geoinformatics. Then I was working 5-6 years in geoinformatics as a data analyst. And afterwards, I moved as a startup founder right now with LeonTalents. So this sounds like a couple of steps and so on, but there were a lot of working behind, you know, in the background. So yeah, it was just like incredible. And what I wanted to tell you that Carinthia has a lot of support. So the Fachhochschule is one institution, but there are a lot of institutions that can really support you in your way to find a job. There is the Institut Arbeitsmigration to find job. Also, if you want to open your company, you can also do it. You can work also 20 hours as a student, and you can do a lot of things. So actually, studying is to open the door to a lot of opportunities. So I just want to let you know that. Yes, so how we will support you, so you can apply by yourself, by your own, to the programs. As Dana mentioned, you can go to the website of the Fachhochschule and then apply and so on. But as you know, it's a bit competitive, because you need to apply. So there are applying students from all around the world. So we will start a program the 19th of January. It will be a semi-intensive program with all of you that want to join us. And we will support you in the way to choose the master program that is the best for you. As Dana mentioned, you cannot take all of them. You need to take the one who is actually the best to your previous studies. Also, we will support you in the process of the application. So how to write a curriculum vitae, because as you know, the curriculum vitae from Latin America is completely different as from Austria. So we will support you in this structure to do it properly. Also, how to write a cover letter. As well, in Latin America, we have a style, and in Europe is completely different. An academic letter is again completely different. So we will support you in this process, and also we will support you in the preparation for the interview, so you can feel like you're prepared for the interview. It's not that complicated actually, but even that, we want to give you all the tools that you are so as successful as possible. And also we will support you in the process to apply for the scholarship that is until 15th of May, as also was mentioned. And we will give you more information about the different institutions, also from the scholarships from your countries, from Mexico, from Ecuador, from Argentina. Could be that you can apply to a parallel scholarships. We need to see each particular case, but could be also potentially possible. And if you're accepted after the whole process, and if you're accepted, you're coming here to Austria, and then we will give you an integration program and body program that you will have a Latin American friend here in Carinthia that will be in your first days in the country, showing you the most important places from Austria, from Carinthia, and we will give you a program about all the first steps into Austria, and most important that you know all the institutions that are around Carinthia that can support you in the whole way, from the social system, from the health system. If you want, for example, to work part-time or something, where can you go, what can you ask, how to look into a contract, for example. So we'll give you a lot of support in your way. So you can do it by your own, as mentioned, but if you want to apply with us, we will have this program for you prepared, and it will be a semi-intensive, and as mentioned, we will start 19th of January, so next Monday. So yes, we are soon starting. So I will send you right now the links. So if you already registered for this event, you don't need to register anymore, but if you didn't register, I will send you the link afterwards. Also, we have for the jobs application, if you didn't register as well. And we have our community in WhatsApp. We have a group called Academic Path. We have 10 groups. We have Academic Path. And there we will have the whole communication for the process. Okay, so when are the next meetings, about all the questions that you can have and so on, will be through this community. Okay, so I will send you afterwards the link. And yes, so this is our how we will support you. So I already have the experience. And in these webinars that we are starting the 19th of January, I will tell you even more into details how it was a process, my experience, and some tips and tricks that it can be the most success as possible. And these are our social media. Remember to follow us. And now we will go to the last question. So I guess there are a lot of comments and questions I can see. I was trying just to. Okay.
Thank you so much. I already tried to answer all the questions that we got in the meantime. Everybody is okay with the answers. Yeah, I tried to, because we also have some cases where people already have a European bachelor's degree. So of course that is a little bit different, and sometimes in some cases easier than to access a master's. We had questions about legalization, and yeah. And I now see another question: is there an age limit? There is no age limit. No. Especially not like on if you're never too old to study. It is just like if you're under 17, for example, then it's a problem. So young, there is in some case a young age limit when you're younger than 18, but then it's just for the visa and not for the university.
Exactly. Then we have a question: does LeonTalents also offer the support for the bachelor? Yes, we will guide you through the process as well. So we will do it. Yes. And this the program that we are doing is for free for you, so you don't need to pay anything for LeonTalents. So you will have the whole support in the process. So you just need to register, and the most important for us is just the commitment, basically. No, so just that. So just join us in the program.
Wonderful. Thank you for my side already now for this nice webinar. Thanks again for joining, everybody. Thank you for your interest. I'm very happy to see that so many people of you are interested in our programs in Austria in general. And if you have any questions or if you want to know more, you can contact also me at my email address that I will write in again. And also to Anna, of course. Can I join? Okay, that's another question for you.
Can I join LeonTalents program if I finish my bachelor's in 2026? We're running right now this cycle for this year. The master is starting actually the studies in October, right, Dana?
Yeah. Everything starts in autumn, around the 1st of October. It's a little bit different for all the programs, but in general, it's around the 1st of October.
Yeah, so afterwards we will, if we renew this program, then probably we will start again in next year, basically, no? Approximately. Just that you are follow our social media and so on. So then you can see. Perfect. So now I will just finally send you the links that I told you. If you didn't register here and if you want to register, for that we give you the follow-up and you can start the program with us. There is the link, and here's the link to our community. We have different groups, but we have one that is the academic path, and this is the relevant group, the group that it will be for you, relevant in the next month. So we will start working very intensively in the next month. So I'm really very happy to see you there. So yes. Do you have any other questions regarding the programs to Dana, that she has time talking with us in this very cold night in Austria? If not, we want to thank you, all of you. So Andrés, Camilo, Carlos, Cristian, Daniel, Dani, David, Dana, Eduardo, Ángel, José, Kevin, Marie, Miguel, Olin, Olepe, Sandra, Taira, Val. Thank you so much. Muchísimas gracias a todos. Was really very incredible to see you here. And as mentioned, one of our goals from LeonTalents is to support more careers from professionals to come here to Austria, either as a student or as working. And I guess really studying is like, could be one of your opportunities to start your career here in Europe. It was my path, and it was working. I already showed you some photos and everything that I did, and it's really very possible. So really, we want to support you and to see you here. And also we want to welcome you in autumn this year. That will be incredible. We would like to say hello, to take some drinks, and to have a photo, all of us with Dana and so on, when you are starting your career here in Austria. So thank you so much, all of you. Thank you, Dana, for your time.
Thank you.
See you
Gracias.
soon.
Have a nice afternoon.
Have a nice afternoon. Buenas
Good
noches,
night, Anna.
tardes. Good night. Gute Nacht.
Good night. Cheers.
Tschüss.